pole sitter, Kevin Cogan, who was involved in an accident before the start a few years ago. Al Unser Jr. up there. Michael Andretti, the two sons, running 4th and 5th. Rich Vogler now in a rather surprising 6th position. Then Emerson Fittipaldi, Jose La Garza of Mexico, Johnny Rutherford, Danny Sullivan, last year's winner, down in 10th place, Roberto Guerrero, and A.J. Foyt up in 12th place. He continues to creep up in the standings, having started way, way back in the field. Out of the race so far, and this is the first time since 1934 that two former champions have finished last and next to last. They are Tom Sneva and Mario Andretti. Back in 34, it was Wild Bill Cummings and Fred Frame, two former winners of the race who finished in those final two positions. Scott Brayton also out on lap 72 with a turbo problem. Jim Crawford of Scotland is out of it. Tony Bettenhausen, the namesake and son of a famous racer here, is out. And Phil Kruger, you saw Johnny Parsons, whose father also won this race, is out of it for this year of 1986. The leader, however, and with a new record pace at the halfway mark, is Bobby Rahal, 33-year-old race driver from Dublin, Ohio, which is just outside Columbus. In fact, it's the town where Jack Nicklaus's famous Muirfield Village Golf Course is located. Rahal was born in Ohio, went to high school in Illinois, then graduated. Yes, he graduated from Denison College in Granville, Ohio, a school which has a very good reputation for its scholastic achievements. So Bobby Rahal, an intelligent businessman driver, has taken the lead, and his average pace is not only a record pace for the halfway mark, but is 13 miles an hour faster than Mario Andretti's record pace of last year at the 100-lap mark. It is an official race, by the way, but there's no sign of rain so far. We're still under very hot and clear conditions here, temperature in the mid-80s. Immediately following our exclusive live race coverage here, more live on ABC. On ABC's Wide World of Sports, Jerry Cooney at last on the comeback trail, and the mini marathon from New York City. All live, so stay with us. Water skiing, too.
For the moment, at an average lap speed of 199 miles per hour, Bobby Rahal is touring the Indianapolis Motor Speedway under a green flag in the lead after 108 laps of the 200-lap Indianapolis 500. Behind him in second place is Kevin Cogan for the moment. Al Unser Jr. is third, Rick Mears fourth, Michael Andretti fifth, and my belief at this moment, Sam Posey, is when you talk about the race from a competitive standpoint right now, you are talking about those 5 cars: Cogan, Mears, Michael Andretti, Al Unser Jr., and perhaps most of all, Bobby Rahal.
Yeah, and I think when you talk about those 5 cars, you see the relationship here between first and second. You're also talking about 5 crews that are backing them up in the pits that are not only quick men with the wrenches and changing tires and refueling, but very quick with their intelligence. Each of these teams has an engineer represented there. And in the case of Rahal's car, we spoke about Bobby being a sort of briefcase kind of guy. Well, it's not coincidental that his team is connected, the Jim Truman team is connected with a computer company that is working out programs to optimize the performance of his car. Now, these computer companies from Cambridge, Massachusetts, out to the Silicon Valley are becoming increasingly involved in IndyCar racing. And I think that, you know, you're always thinking, what is the next great leap forward? I mean, it was ground effect, which sucked the cars to the road a few years ago. Wings before that, wider tires before that. Now, all of a sudden, it may be this advanced computer technology. There's the gap, of course. Rahal is probably hearing that on the radio as well, the Debbie timing in the pits. But I think that the computer technology, which represents an artificial intelligence aboard the car, may be the wave of the future.
Very important for Rahal to know, of course, as he has now been informed, that it is Cogan behind him in second place and no longer Mears. I was deeply disappointed, incidentally, to see that our man Phil Kruger is out of the race, but he did go 67 laps in his car, which I don't think the grilled halibut he shaped into the shape of the car for you in 1971 would have been able to do.
I'm awfully happy to see him out of the race in one piece, though. All right, interestingly, with Rahal leading Cogan, you have a replay of the situation that went on about 8 years ago when both these men were just beginning their careers. They used to race against Gilles Villeneuve, the great Formula One driver who was killed a few years ago up in Canada in a series called Formula Atlantic. So it's funny that these two men who used to play to those small Canadian but very enthusiastic Canadian crowds are now doing the same thing in front of this gigantic Indianapolis crowd. And Larry Newber, are you there?
Yes, sir, I am. And this, Sam, represents the current standings in the pit crew competition, as you can see. Now, not only is Rahal leading the race, but he also has his crew leading the pit stop competition. 1 minute and 55 total seconds in the pits. You can see Emerson Fittipaldi, Gary Rabazzini, the crew chief there. They are tied with Bobby Rahal, though they're behind him on the racetrack. Dennis Swan is just 1 second behind, as is Peter Parrott for Rick Mears, and 2 seconds behind is Clive Howell for Al Unser. Now, the difference in this is not just the amount of time they're stopped in the pits. This times them from the moment they enter the pits to the exit. So it's a little more graphic than just that time, the actual stop time.
Indeed, Larry, but